So I've got red paint and I have this fuchsia color. Got my water. I always like to have a paper towel in case I need to lift up mistakes or pull off paint. And I've got like a medium small brush. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the wet on wet technique. So that means I'm just going to put water in a selected area in my piece. So I'm going to very carefully place just clear water. I think I'll do this one little area here. Being careful not to go into my heart shapes. So I've decided I'm going to start off by doing a background wet on wet. So I don't have to do the whole area. I'll do some. I'm going to go like that far over here. Alright, now I'm just going to place some color in there. I want to see what my paint's going to look like before I put it on the paper. So I'm going to use a palette and pre-mix my color on the palette. So I'm getting my fuchsia, I'm like rubbing into it here. Alright, so that's pretty dark, but that's good because it's going to spread out in the water. So let's see what happens if I just touch the water with the fuchsia. Just do some, it's kind of spreading out. It's actually not spreading out that much. But what I can do is I could lift up my paper and let the paint run. I could brush like this right up against my heart, and the crayon resists the paint, but I also could pick up my paper and let stuff drip. And it really is, it's really gonna just wanna drip where I put the water. The dry parts of the paper, it will not run into. So you can kind of see that, what's happening there. So I see some spots where I want to add more water so it can run into it. So I'll just kind of I'm just going to be sure not to put water inside my hearts for now. So that's like wet on wet. It's funny, it didn't do exactly what I thought it was going to do. Let me try it again over here. So here's some more water. Now I have dirty water, but that's okay because it's kind of the color I want. But I'm not putting more paint on yet. And I always recommend using more than one color, like together. Try some blending. So I think I'm going to try adding some red over here and see what happens if I add red to fuchsia. So now I'm going to get my red paint. You can see what it looks like here. Okay, let's see what happens. And now the red's kind of spreading out better for some reason. I could create like a purple by adding some blue. So I'm going to try that. This is still wet in here, so I'm going to get some blue. Put it in here. Not super blue yet. And I think I'm just going to add some blue in here and see if it creates purple. And then I will let that dry. Do lines. You can see what happens with the lines. So these are going to change over time as they dry. These lines are going to spread out a bit. Oh, this is pretty over here. I like that. And I'm going to make my blue gradually fade away as it gets over here. Alright, now I think I want to put some paint inside a heart. So I want to do one that's not touching this so it doesn't run into it. So I'm going to let this dry. I think I'll go over here. I want to see what happens if I add paint to this. So I've already put colored pencil and crayon on this. The red marks are crayon and the darker pink are colored pencil. So again, I'm going to start with just water. tiny bit dirty, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna put water here. And I wanna make pink again. So I'll do pink with this. So again, this is a good pink if I just add water to it. See how that's really making a pink? I'm gonna add a little bit of red to it and see what happens. Oh, I added a lot bit. So now I wanna have more diluted pink. So over here, I'm gonna start a new one. So that's really light like pink. I'll add a little bit more. I think I like this pink over here. So I'm adding more water to it because I want this to be light, pale pink. Let's see what happens when I put it in here. All right, so that's a little too pale. I think I'll add some red. And the water on the paper is going to dilute it too, so... Oh, now I've gone super dark. What have I done now? I don't like... That's too dark, so I'm going to take my paper towel. I want to lift some of this red off because it's too dark. There. So we got some pink there. That's kind of interesting, but I'm going to go back and add my watery pink. See, they're really spreading out. So basically, I'm showing you different ways to create texture. Instead of solid colors and shapes and tones, I'm creating texture. So that's kind of neat. I don't like that. That went into my heart, so I'm going to get a little bit of water, and then I'm going to carefully take my paper towel and pull it up. That worked pretty well. More, I'm going to add some red to my textured heart and see what happens. You can already see that's kind of neat. The bluish water is being resisted. Actually, maybe I should go purple. I don't know. Maybe I think I like the purple. So I'm going to create some more purple by adding blue with red. I'll get the red. And now I'm going to put it in here and see what happens. Oh, that's kind of neat. So there's so much crayon that most of the paint is getting resisted. So I'll see how that ends up looking. I might want to go in with colored pencil or paint. So have fun, experiment, see what different kind of effects you can get with your Valentines. Like these two are looking too similar to me, so I think I'll add red to this one. So let's just give it some water again. I think I'll see how intense I can get the red to look. I'm gonna go with some intense red. So I'm gonna really load up on the red. So in this case, I made sure I put a lot of paint, making sure I put a lot of paint on my brush. I'm not putting water on my brush anymore. So we'll see how that spreads out. And I don't know how much I don't know if the pencil's really resisting very much. I think the crayon resists more than the pencil.